3 questions decide this case. Was the Miranda waiver valid? Which Florida statutes apply? And can the state convict on both theft and trafficking for the same property?
Why don't we go back this way?
Sounds good to me.
So this is Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
I
How's this for you?
would like to say nice to meet you, but
Yeah.
I don't like the circumstances
Fair
of
enough.
meeting you.
So, you have an employee that's taken from you guys?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
quite a bit.
Oh, jeez, okay.
A lot.
I see you guys sell a
We
lot
saw
of...
a lot of radios.
radios.
Yeah. So, essentially, who is this person? Obviously, you probably have an employee file. I'm assuming you probably did a background check, depending how many employees you have.
Well, he actually worked for us way back in 2002.
Okay.
He was an 8-year employee. Do you remember the Nextel phone radios?
Okay, so how long ago was this?
We believe this all happened in this past quarter. At the end of last year, we did physical inventory.
Okay.
Everything was fine. We just did at the end of first quarter physical inventory. We're missing
Hey, there's a bunch of stuff.
Bunch of
Oh
stuff
my lord.
empty
Yeah.
boxes. I mean,
Oh, I
He was
believe
smart.
it.
He was
What is
smart
it?
the way he did.
Oh yeah, March just ended, so you probably just did an internal audit right now.
Yeah.
So he's a former employee or is he
Oh, no,
current
he's a current
employee?
employee. Yeah,
He was working here for us for 8 years.
Okay.
That department closed down. He was my best customer service rep. I had a personal friendship with him, and then the opportunity came out about a little over 2 years
I
ago.
want to say it was right around March of 2023. So he's been back
Of a
with us about
position
2 years.
in our service department,
Okay.
and it was like almost seemingly perfect. Like, yes, come home, come back to the family. This is great.
Got it. So he's like a known person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
We all knew
absolutely.
him. We all worked with him. We're all friends. I mean, most of us are longtime employees here.
Okay, so he's been employee since now again since March
Well,
23.
yeah, basically.
Okay,
2
what's
years.
his position here?
Service
Coordinator.
Okay. So he sets up service for
Two-way radio
orders
repairs.
or
No,
for repairs?
Radio repairs. A little bit of basically just radio repairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
He does some sales over the phone when incoming calls
Yeah.
come in. He does know how to do sales. And
What's this guy's name?
David Dean.
David Jason Dean is his full name.
Oh, okay.
That's why we call him DJ.
White, black, Hispanic. So he might be coming in today.
I think he's calling in sick. He was supposed to be coming in late because he has physical therapy twice a week. He sent an email saying, I canceled PT today because I was up vomiting, GI issues. He would have been here by now if he wasn't going to physical therapy. So I tried to reach out to him, like, hey, what are you doing? You leaving here alone? You know, and he didn't answer me back. So I'm assuming he's not coming in today.
Okay.
That's the
You think
assumption.
he kind of got a heads up?
I don't know. I mean, he
I really
definitely.
don't know.
I don't know. He knows that there's been inventory issues, but what I believe, and I believe Steve and Tom think the same thing, is he's been utilizing the fact that we have a newer system, that there's glitches in the system, that there's mistakes happening within the system, and kind of using that almost as a cover on why. So is he on to us figuring out about his eBay thing? I don't
Okay.
know. I don't think so, but maybe he's getting nervous. I'm not sure.
What's the total dollar amount of stuff he's taken that you've discovered up to this point? 75,000.
Yeah, probably.
That's like a guesstimate right now, just based on. This skimming for months,
I know
for
there were
months.
43,000 in repeaters. There's 17 repeaters. It's
So-
43,000 in that.
17 repeaters.
$48,450 to be exact.
$48,458.
That's just in one piece of equipment that he took 17 of. That's not including the radios.
Yeah, because I would need exact dollar amounts. So 4,800.
4,000 just for the repeaters. $4,450.
No, 40,000.
48,000. I'm sorry.
$450.
Yes, 48,400. They're $28.50 each. Our cost.
Right here. Hi, sir. Officer Zaria with Coral Springs Police Department. Just do me a favor, man. Stay where you're seated. Lean forward. Put your hands behind your back. You're being detained. I'll explain to you what's going on here in a second. I'll just give you a second. Yeah, I got it. Now, do you have any knives, weapons, anything that you're just going to poke, prick, prod me?
No, I don't.
Or any disabilities or ailments or anything any injuries that I need to know about? Or
I had back surgery.
okay, so yeah, that's about what I can do for you right now with the handcuffs. So we're gonna slide this back. We're gonna stand up, and we're just gonna pat you down right now. We're gonna walk out to my car. And we're gonna explain to you, what is this your property?
Yeah.
And this too? Is this yours too?
Yeah, that is.
Your wallet.
No, my wallet's in my bag and all that stuff.
25.
All right, I'm gonna take this out right here,
And 1092.
and then we'll get your bag. You have keys or anything?
They're hanging down on
Is that your phone too?
Yeah, that's my phone. Cosmo, can you grab my keys right down where I hang them all the time?
All right. I'm gonna step outside and.
You're my friend. You're my friend. I brought you home. You're my friend.
42. We got one detained.
One detained.
Yeah, I'm just gonna read them here and ask a question really quick. So, I think you probably understand why we're here. If not, I'll explain it to you here in a second. Oh, perfect. Just throw them right there. Thank you. And we'll check this here in a second, but
Go in?
yeah, you can have a seat. Just face us. It's easiest if you face us. And then sit down. Just to use the step. Sit down. And you can do it right here, alright? Alright, man. So, I'm Officer Zaria. Here conducting an investigation in reference some stuff going on here at your job. Okay? I'm going to read you your rights. Okay? You heard of your Miranda warnings before?
Yes.
Okay. Again, this is just something that the business asks. I don't know you personally. We're just here investigating. Obviously, there's always two sides to every side of the story and stuff. And I would love to hear your side because there's some allegations that they're alleging and they want to move forward with prosecution. You know what I mean? So, that being said, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to the presence of an attorney prior to or while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed at the county's expense to represent you before any questioning if you so wish. You decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
Yes.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us?
I'll only answer any questions that are
Okay.
answered by the advice.
Okay, so like I said, right now you're detained, okay?
Start with Miranda. When Dean said, quote, only answering questions that are okay, end quote, he created textbook ambiguity. The Supreme Court closed this loophole twice. Davis versus United States, 1994, a request for counsel must be unambiguous. Berghuis versus Thompkins, 2010, the same standard governs the right to remain silent. A hedge is not an invocation. Police may continue questioning until the suspect speaks unambiguously. Dean never did. His confession is admissible. But this was preventable on both sides. Best practice required the officer to ask one follow-up question. Are you waiving your rights and agreeing to speak with me? That single clarification closes the only appellate issue. For the defense, the script is 6 words. I want a lawyer. I am done. Under Edwards versus Arizona, 1981, that ends all interrogation. Dean knew the words. He chose other words.
Obviously, you're in handcuffs. You're in the back of a police car. But I didn't show up here for no reason. You know, there's been a bunch of missing equipment from the business, and I know where it's been going and where it's being sold and all that. But again, sometimes people do things out of desperation. Sometimes they do things for whatever reason. You know what I mean? They have their reasons. Can you tell me what's going on with that?
Like, I'm guilty of it, yes.
You're guilty of what?
Of the allegations
What are the allegations?
of missing items and being sold.
So you're selling the items where?
Castle.
Sell them on eBay.
On eBay?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your eBay handle?
It's discounts now.
Deep discounts now, and that's registered to you?
Yes.
And the PayPal that everybody pays you to is registered to you as well?
It's actually to my bank.
To your bank, so it directly links to your bank account?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how long have you been employed here, man?
Off and on. I was here from 2003 to 2010, and then brought back 2023
Okay.
to current.
Did you ever live in Kissimmee?
Yes.
Okay. Is that where like when you opened up the eBay account and stuff when you were up there? You've had it longer?
It was down here.
It was down here?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not personal. I mean, I appreciate you being honest with us. You know, everybody's got the reasons why they do things like that. So, you know how much equipment you've taken?
You mean dollar-wise or equipment?
Monetary or equipment-wise, like number of items.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, a lot. And what kind of items are you taking?
There were radios and repeaters.
Radios and repeaters. It's the same stuff that's been sold on your account. And when did you start this?
I'd say about November.
November you started?
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you been selling on eBay?
For all in general?
Yeah, just in general.
I used to sell a long time ago, but
No. I'm talking about the
this
stuff that you
this
stolen
stuff?
from the
November.
business.
November. But I actually had another account when I was selling that they told
Yes,
me
they
to
were
sell.
charged for a commercial fire alarm,
that was
2825
just
University.
short time.
What was that account?
It's under my name, David Jason Dean. I think that's it. I'd have to look at it.
And you sold that one, you said?
No. Did I sell my account?
Yeah.
No. I still have it. I just don't sell it. I didn't.
Oh, you
sell
don't
it.
sell on it anymore.
Right.
But initially you started selling on that one and then you switched
Yeah.
to deep discounts now?
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, this is too obvious, right?
Well, no. I started a business and to November 2023.
Okay. At any time did anybody authorize you at the business to sell like third party or anything like that? Like to sell on your own, independent from the business here? Did anybody authorize you in order to sell the
this
radios and
type
the
of
repeaters?
equipment? No.
No? So you never gained any permission from anybody? You know, do you still have any property in your possession? Like at home?
I don't believe so.
No? Everything you sell like right away?
Yeah.
Okay. You got great reviews online, so you communicate very well. So you're an A-rated eBayer, but I mean, I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
You know,
Individual
you
units
said,
for 19
do I
for an
have my
additional signal
reasons?
9 walk-in.
everybody's got reasons why they do
I
things.
did have a reason. It wasn't because I was lacking money. It was more of, like I said, I had
Jennifer,
a
we're
back
attempting
injury.
landline again. We got no answer the first time.
They didn't
I think it was a
compensate me.
22
They
was
didn't
somebody
even
driving with one of the workers here,
tell me,
but that
you
happened
know,
like 30
it
minutes
was
ago,
like,
so
this should be
everything was
workman's
10 points.
comp and stuff like that.
Show me 003
And I got into a car accident at the same time,
Jennifer.
and the lawyer says, well, this was, $12,000 that you're receiving. And he goes, surprised you didn't go after your company. I'm like, well, I would think they would have done something for me, but they never did. And so I got really angry. And I'm like, all right, these guys are never going to pay me back for my injuries and stuff like that. So
Bravo 33 and Bravo
Yeah,
32, copy and audible.
there's a lot of things that they do for other people here. And I was never going to get a raise, and people are doing other things, but they are well aware of it, and they just let it slide, and I'm just like, you're going to let that slide, and stuff like that. Like, geez, but you never do anything for me? I'm like, okay. And then I got really angry, and I just said, well, I'll just sell what I can to make up for what I should have earned during workman's comp and being out for almost a year. And et cetera, so
I gotcha.
The charges. Florida Statute 812.14, subsection 2A1, defines theft of property valued at $100,000 or more as grand theft in the first degree. Maximum sentence, 30 years. The confirmed loss is $107,901. This tier is correctly charged. Florida Statute 8734, the Communications Fraud Act, applies because Dean used eBay to dispose of the stolen property. Aggregate value above $50,000 makes organized fraud a first-degree felony. The booking reflects the third-degree variant under subsection 4A3, suggesting the state charged each transaction separately rather than aggregating. That is charging discretion, not legal error. Florida Statute 81219, subsection 2, covers dealing in stolen property where the same person organized the theft and then trafficked the goods. First-degree felony, also 30 years. This raises the election doctrine. Under Florida Statute 812025 and Hall v. State, 2002, a defendant cannot be convicted of both theft and dealing in stolen property for the same property in a single scheme unless the jury finds the defendant intended to traffic. Dean's confession that he stole specifically to sell supplies that finding. The state will likely pursue the trafficking count. Grades. Officer Zaria, A-. Clean Miranda, professional tone, accommodated a medical disclosure, solid probable cause. The deduction, the unclear waiver follow-up. David Dean D. Compliance prevented violence, that is the floor. Everything above the floor he forfeited. He confirmed the seller account, the bank routing, the items, the start date, and volunteered a motive narrative, establishing intent. He turned a documentary evidence case into a confession case. Express Radio C. The quarterly audit caught the theft, but only after 5 months of loss. Sole inventory access without compensating controls is a fraud risk role waiting to be exploited. 3 takeaways. For citizens, Miranda is only as strong as the words you speak. Hedges are not invocations. If you invoke, do it cleanly, then stop talking. For officers, when a suspect answers ambiguously, ask one clarifying question on camera. 30 seconds of clarification saves years of appellate litigation. For employers, high-value inventory under single-point access requires segregation of duties and cycle counts. Trust is a culture, not a control. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe for more legal breakdowns. Thanks for watching.